the background was playing. I'm so out of touch. I forgot that YouTube updated their feature when it's hovering. You can hear the music and stuff, but on the phone, when you hover over a video, you hear it. So, my bad. So, as I said, somebody asked me about the fresh and fit situation with Tommy Sotomayor, and pretty much I broke down other things, but I'm gonna try to like compact this because the other video was 41 minutes, so I'm gonna try to compact it. So basically, what you have as an example is a guy who can't keep his dick in his pants, and what every time he can't keep his penis in his pants, he always stick it into the wrong female. Now, Tommy Sotomayor is the same dude who go to make fun of other guys for not getting vagina. He said the manosphere is somehow the manosphere is somehow all dudes who don't get no vagina and they just now got some fame and fortune, so they don't know what to do with it. Kind of the same kind of stuff that uh uh a super slot does, and say, "Oh, y'all just now getting it," and blah 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 blah, and now you're getting women, blah blah blah. It's funny that Fresh and Fit got some numbers, and Tommy's attached himself to Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit came from one side of the manosphere, black manosphere, which was um, what's that dude's name? Solo TV 84. That's the person I saw was Fresh and Fit. See, let me give you a little history lesson. Xanathar's Clutch wanted to be where Fresh and Fit was at. That's why Xanathar's Clutch and Xanatos and Solo are not friends no more, because Solo always promote people to get bigger than he is, and he becomes stagnant. So he was pushing Fresh and Fit up, and then that's how they boomed. Solo also pushed up Stephen Cole and Alpha Male Strategies. So Xander's Clutch, somebody who's into space, started talking about guys who traveling and everything else. And then he had a falling out with Solo because Fresh and Fit took his spot. He wanted to be the popular guy that was telling people off. So Fresh and Fit is a semi red pill channel who does this experimentation in real life, where he bring on these women and they bring them in real time and let them do all these crazy stuffs and all this everything. So Tommy is a hypocrite in general by going on the show trying to smash the same chicks that he say he don't want to smash, or why men are going over, why men are doing this, why men are doing that. So he took a shot at. He was on Bernard Riley's show taking a shot at. He was on Bernard Riley's show taking a shot at Game Changer for buying a stove. But he said he's got it wrong and said he bought a fridge. This is the same dude who pays for vagina. But he persecuted Game Changer for going buying a stove. Doing the kind of the same thing he does. But every all of his rhetoric is about going against the women who he actually messed with. And Tommy is a smart dude and he's entertaining, but he also is an avatar, just like Ramil is an avatar, just like all these other dudes. BGS is an avatar for black men who think like him. Angry Man, O'Shea, all these different people are a reflection or and a avatar for other people. They can't do what these guys do, but they want to do it, and some of them does do it. So they get their get backings when they see Tommy talk about these women. See, you should never take a Tommy Sotomayor serious, because he's the same dude who made Fatherless America, and it took him a long time to put it off. He took the money, but all you do is have sex with the same woman who you tell guys that they can't get. See, I kind of laughed at this whole situation because 2 weeks before he was talking shit about guys in red pill spaces and MGTOW and Manosphere. But then you go on a show that is pretty much biting off that style. So he ended up having sex with a tomboy. She ended up talking shit about him. Then he didn't learn from that situation. He went with a chick that had pink hair and her dark skinned friend who was trying to run up on him and pull up on him. Right? He dissed her, and she ended up fighting with him on Fresh and Fit. Now, I kind of find he's a joke now because he's a clown. Most women know who they can hit and who they can't hit. And when I seen him get punched and let me go, oh, I'm gonna beat her up. You got some nerve to talk shit about men not getting no vagina, but you can't push anybody out the way to get the hold to this girl. So all I see is he's just full of shit. But he even admitted that he can't fight. Even the so-called guys who don't get no vagina have certain people intimidated them not to come up to him and do any of this. Right? My take is that you have to look at a 46-year-old man who do get vagina and still have all mouths and problems. He has more access to women than any of the guys he talk about, but he still can't find a wife, and he still can't get it right. He's a example of what you shouldn't be, and don't take what he say about you to heart. This is just like this is just like how a Reg Bad guy made a video about male virgins and incels, but he was a 50-year-old dude sitting in a chair who took him weeks to fix your chair up and got mad, and you have back and forth with grown ass men. And you have Bad Judge of Character, Super Sly, who pretty much destroyed his whole video catalog against SYSBM and traveling guys to act like he's back to what he used to be. You know, the guy who talk about conspiracy theories. He changed 2 channels. Ramil Lemire, who left, who started the Miko Worldwide shit. And guess what? Now those videos are all gone, so nobody know that he did the Rico Worldwide. Now he's trying to cozy up to people who productive. There's a reason why I stopped coming into space. If I watch videos or I comment under some videos, it's a habit. It's me either downloading something or me uploading something on my PS4. Because it was a data disk that I had to upload for Horizon Zero Forbidden West. It was like 95 gigabytes, and it was a data disk. So I was on here, and it's always background. I never take these people seriously. Look what happened with Tommy Sotomayor is what the men in the society are going to have to do to get women. You won't have a cessation for just having one chick. You're going to want to do it to every chick, and then eventually you're going to keep going on and going on and going on and going on. This is the same dude who stretched out a beef with Kwame Brown into pretty much a catalog of like 100 or something videos, and say I'm not talking about him, he talking about me. But you could have made just 3 videos. See, when he took a shot at the space, especially he didn't try to analyze the whole thing for somebody who says he's smart. That kind of looked at me, and I kind of laughed at the situation. Also, don't you notice that Jessica X tried to get on Tommy Sotomayor's side, and he made a video saying that Jessica X had my back when all the Manosphere didn't. So he fell for the okie doke. And guess what? Everybody Jerome Whiteside and him, he turning against the manosphere and doing all the things he did because he couldn't get his way with Jessica X and fall out with Mr. Fantastic. Y'all let Jessica X do what she wants. Zero part of that too, because he knew she was full of shit too. And he's not on here no more. What's his name? Aegon. Aegon was protecting Jessica X. Aegon can at least give certain people those lives. Jessica X shows you who she was when she was on those live streams. That was the real Jessica X taking women's side. Admitted on live that she was on women's side and feminist side. But once Aegon took those streams down, all the shit is history. And that broke apart too, because a lot of people that was on Aegon's stream showed themselves to being the same people they talked about. Then you had the breakup with what's his name? Marco. Because Marco was one of the true realest dude in this space was showing his females off. And nobody likes that. Then you had people who saying stuff that he was trafficking girls and doing all this and saying this stuff about him and all this other stuff. But he lived it better than anybody in the space who talked about women. People would hate to touch Marco. They wouldn't talk about him because they say he ain't black. And then that's all they do is move the goalposts. And let's talk about that live stream that when MOT called out LAR movement. I told y'all LAR movement. I called him out like a year ago. I told you he was just like everybody else. He was constantly trying to talk about. First, he tried to give a suggestion that intelligent men and smart men and productive men need to go have more kids to out kids all the dumb people. Like, smart people gonna have time to be on their grind while raising a kid. And he was saying stupid stuff about socially awkward people and all this other crap. And he was saying, I told y'all, LAR movement was acting like he was part of your side and he really wasn't. And he's showing who he really was. Just like Brian Solange, who showed he's just a pro-black dude who want the women to go back to who he think they are. And if he don't get his way, he gonna become this Marlboro man. And he want to go take shots at everybody else who actually got better other solutions to the problem of this society. But he's like, oh, every woman is the same thing. And he gets little instances and stuff. Small little things. And he don't even know. When I called him out about the Korean culture, about the men in Korea who look like feminine people, but they still can still get women because they don't have the same standards here. He erased my comment and everything else. I'm like, dude, why are you talking about other people and other races and how they look when you don't know what you're talking about? It's black women that are going overseas to those guys. But why don't you talk about them? You only talked about them once, and he took shots at SYSBM, and he took shots at traveling persons. So y'all gotta watch him too. Y'all been gotta watch him. He was one of the ones who I said was gonna turn on people, and he did. Same thing with Black Male Media First. That kept popping up last year about the same guys that you thought was on your side. They example of Tommy. They are Tommy people who does the same thing he does. He act like he talk for men, but at the same time bang the women that he tell men that are causing the problems of a men. So he does it just for entertainment. This is why he asks for cash apps. You gotta learn from this guy not to be like him, because you don't want your life to be one show after another one. You don't want your life to be one show after the other. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna always constantly be somebody entertainment, and you always gonna be somebody constant dildo machine. He's a 46-year-old guy heading almost to 50 years old and still didn't learn from his mistakes and still talking about the same shit. He didn't evolve. He didn't do anything, and he has to bounce from social media because he put a target on his back because the women he smashed come together and go against him. That's why he would never actually grow. I will admit, he would have been right near or above Kevin Samuels. And everybody who was on Kevin Samuels' side, can y'all shut up now? Saying y'all look stupid. Everybody who was taking Kevin Samuels from 2021 and 2020 and 2020 and 2021, he folded when he talked to women with power. He looked stupid. Like I said before, this space isn't something that it's filled up with so many fucked up guys now. To the guys who traveled, who can't come into space, even try to listen to me, guess what? I appreciate you. Finally, you learned. Everybody who did listen to me and want to hear some more videos of coming from me, I'll probably put some more videos out of other things. But as far as like the manosphere and stuff, I report on it once in a while, or I might report on it when I feel like it. But I think my catalog from 2020 fits all this stuff that's happening right now. In 2021, all I could do is give updates. And if somebody emailed me and asked me about a situation, I'm probably going to take a long time because I really don't care about the situation right at that point. And then I got to let it all settle down. Tommy is an idiot. He let his dick control him like he always does, then brags about it and walk around acting like he missed a big shot. Then he does it again. Then he goes and said, well, yeah, these women are crazy. Black women are crazy. Also, you can see his stories about when he picked women up, he bring the women to his house. And how these women will get high and drunk. When he said he smashed Misty Stone. And he said Misty Stone is a drunk, which I already knew. Everybody told me, I already know in the porn background, in the behind the scenes, people already know how much of a drunk she is. Something that I already knew, but finally it coming out with it. A lot of them got mental problems. Like one chick, her name is Scarlett. I forgot her name, man. Scarlett something, right? And she and another porn star, another adult film star called Gia Danger. They was having a threesome relationship with this guy. He's a porn star, adult film star too, right? So Scarlett cheated on him and broke his heart, and people pretty much blaming her because he probably flew himself into a car on his motorcycle. And she goes online and act like she cared about him when she broke his heart. So this tells you, in general, that the men who get the women, they still can't satisfy these women. There's another adult film star. His name is Tony Fresco or something like that. He can barely keep a woman. Yeah, they have fun with him. He be banging them 100 times and making them, oh yes, oh yes, that feels good. But eventually, they move on to the next guy. They get they sexual fulfillment, and he just a human dildo. Now he doesn't have a lot of females wanting to shoot with him like they used to because they already got their fill of him. So, what you gonna be? You want to be Tommy Sotomayor, who hate the women he smashes, and then try to make fun of you because you're smart enough not to mess with these women, and shame you into messing with these women by telling you can't get none, or be a female, or be a male who got a whole bunch of rotational women, and you're constantly trying to out women. You're trying to out tactic women's tactics. Or you want to be on the other side when you have choices and you don't have to be here. You can be unplugged from this system. I'd rather be an MOT or anybody in Brain Trust or somebody who in SYSBM or traveling bro than anybody in this space who show you how miserable their life is when they took so many shots. They tried their best against traveling bros and SYSBM, and look at them. They deleted their comments. They looked stupid, and they came back to the same space that they left before. Ramil Lamir has no business coming right back. For what? For what? So you could try to tell guys they don't understand. They don't understand. I was sick of that too. That's why I try to like. I try to I like. I kind of like fell back, because telling somebody you have to understand. Watch out for men who's comfortable with talking down to men more than they talk down to the wrongs of women. When they so comfortable with throwing sexual access to your face, like MOT said, or throwing the fact that you socially awkward and all this stuff, and they say these things and they can't really describe it in another way, you have to stay away from those people. LAR movement who call people socially awkward instead of saying people are socially select, which I call it socially select, because if you drop a LAR movement around a bunch of super intelligent people and tell these super intelligent people to clown him, he gonna get mad and try to leave. I've seen lots of people who don't want to leave an environment because they won't be the center of attention and they can't fit in. I know a street dude who went to college. He got so mad that he left the college and dropped out after 3 months. Why? Because all that street shit, all that suave shit doesn't work on college girls. They like another type of dude. This is why it's better to go inside. It's better to go to a country or an environment where these dudes are losers and you are the winner. Not stay in this environment where you're the loser and they get to call you socially awkward. Because they stay in the same environment. Elliot. Okay. LAR movement won't go into other spaces. He's going to stay in this one. Wait. No.
Você é assim, some do nada, saudade de ti. Saudade da tua aba coladinha em mim. Desculpa minhas mancadas, pô, eu sou assim. Ligo pra nada. Ligo pra nada.
E aí, Vitinho Ferraz?
Mas se você quiser, te pego de lado.
Esse aí é DJ Caí, estilo Bruce Lee, só top novo, só novidade.
Só se você quiser. Mas se você quiser, te pego de lado, te tapo de quatro, puxo seu cabelo, te pego de jeito, te deixo assim. Só se você quiser. Mas se você quiser, te pego de.
Okay. Back. Had a little break. So, like I was said, man, they're losing. Everybody who didn't go into this situation, if you don't have kids, you can wait a little longer not to have kids in this environment. You have to let these people fight each other, where they will look around and all they have is each other. All they have is the same group of people they're going to talk to over and over and over and over and over again. You have to cut off their numbers and cut off the people that can either turn into them or just despise who they really are. You need more people like that because guess what? It's us, and our words are coming out there. A lot of the numbers are going down, including mine. But it's that's the analytics. No, bigger channels are losing big behind numbers. These a lot of females are taking their own lives for a lot of reasons because they've been lied to and they say they don't need a man. Men can live without women, or men can live without women for 40, 50 years and then they get a wife. Women can't live their life 40, 50 years. Ask yourself how many women will wait for the right guy to have sex with and then have a family with, next to a man who can wait and have a family with a particular girl. And I also want to tell you that there's a secret that nobody tells you. Half of the good women are married. The other half of the good women left America. They left America a long time ago. I had an email of somebody telling me that they seen a chick. She was a nice chick, and she was black. And he was on the plane and he was talking to her and everything else. And she said she left the country in 2013 and she comes over here to visit her family. She said she couldn't be a part of the drama and stuff. She said she visited her family just to keep, just to see her roots and stuff, but she doesn't stay here for long. And I wanted to tell all the people that gaslight you and tell you that there's good women out here, the good women already left. They already saw the writing on the wall. They saw their options. They didn't want to be a part of those guys' rotation. They didn't want to be a part of they didn't want to be used as a cum rag. And they seen their friends and their family turning the same thing, giving them the wrong advice, and they left. Same thing men are doing. But they are trying to tell you to stay here and go to Miami, go to LA, and go to New York. Which they know them things more, they got corrupt women. All the guys that are talking against all this stuff, you're the ones who actually are in the fields. The guys who are part of this, let them fight each other. Let them talk about each other. This is the reason why content is slow with these people, because they're fighting each other. Reg the Bad Guy versus Obsidian 1,000 times. Now he has to make videos about that. He can't make videos about SYSBM and Passport because that subject is dead now. SYSBM guys, bros, and Passport bros, you won. Now y'all SYSBM already got rid of their problems internally with the fake SYSBMs. Yeah, there's still people acting like the SYSBM, but it's already done. The Passport bros, they need to internally get rid of the people who making Passport bros look bad, and leave the Passport Negroes, leave them where they gonna get caught up. Just like a situation that happened back in April. Guy got caught up thinking that he was gonna use his money kicking people out, and they got him out of there. That was an unfortunate situation. Nothing really happened to it. He moved the wrong way and he lost his life. There's other people out there that went overseas who thinking they can put this Pookie stuff over there and they lost their life, or they found them missing. Just know, man, like I said, it's going to be incredibly... Just sit back and watch this, man. Make a few videos. Just don't be around these people anymore, so they don't have nothing to talk about. You see what happened with Aaron Fountain. Aaron Fountain decided to use the Black Manosphere as a paper to try to get himself a job or whatever he was trying to do. And he got whatever he got, and he bounced and left. Because he couldn't take down, he thought that he could really take down the space. There's so many people that think they can take down the space. They can't take down a whole space. Because you know why? The space is not a threat anymore. You got a whole bunch of batshit fake intellectual people in the space, and everybody at the top of the power scale, they know that you're not a threat. You know who a threat are? Men like you and me, who on the opposite side. They send the FBI after me. They thought that I was a real physical threat. because I was talking about females and all this other stuff, and the people on Facebook couldn't take me down. They couldn't take me down with their jokes. They couldn't take me down with exposing me. They had to lie and make up some shit, and then the feds had to pick that up and come after me. And now I can't go on Facebook anymore. Facebook, to what I know, is a dead site now. People still on there, but it's not what it used to be. Twitter, Instagram. So the fresh and fit situation resembles what a lot of these dudes are gonna do or they're gonna pull. But this is the fresh and fit situation shows you inside of a life of a person who can't keep his pants, and he goes around talking about men, telling men that they can't get women. But this is a guy who got access to the same group of women he telling you that you can't get, and he can't even control them with his so-called big penis. Right? Don't let them sex shame you. Don't let them shame you about women. Do what you need to do. Find your own comfort zone, and then get rid of these people. Don't never let these people live around you or be around you, man. Also, one more thing. If anybody out here, if why get rid of dudes and stop watching them if they trying to make this co-ed thing a thing. To have females in this space while these females are telling you to go, you got to be just like the bad boys or whatever like that. Whoever's sprouting this co-ed bullshit and all that, stay away from them too. Because they're trying to get women back into space like they did with Jessica X and all these other people. And you know how many women that I've seen in the space who turned coat? Jessica X, Naima, Raining Woman, what was it? Cocaine Kells, Kendra D, all these different people, Danica Michelle, whatever her name is. Like these women are chameleons. And then women who the pink book chick who run around talking all this crap and don't believe none of these women, man. When they got the same battle scars as you, then you believe them. But if they don't have the same battle scars as you and they're not being outcasted, don't believe that they on your side.